All right, so this week I did two. This first HTML5 tags was pretty easy, so I'll go through that first. It's really cool. It's just a way, so it's a software solution that helps you change the properties and behavior of a web page. That's the fifth version of HTML. So one of the biggest changes I did with HTML5 is it helps to standardize the page, especially when it comes to browsers and plugins. So before we were using like Flash and you had to do Flash and QuickTime. Now they've changed up where you can use HTML5, so you can literally just put video tags and audio tags right there into your coding. Uh,
Sweet.
so I'm going to go through audio and video first. So the audio, the syntax is super basic. It's just audio source, audio, and then you put the controls up. The only thing you have to watch out for is on the different platforms. I don't know why they don't standardize, but nobody talks nice.
Mm.
So I did MP4 because it worked on the ones that I use the most, Chrome and Internet Explorer and Safari, but it won't work on Firefox or Opera. So it doesn't look like there is just one that works for everything. But basically, the other thing I put there is just never have the audio file start automatically. I don't know how you feel about it, but I hate it when I go to a web page and
Yeah.
I get so mad. So this one I just uploaded just a conference clip. So it's just President Holland from the last conference.
Oh,
And I'll
okay.
show you the code here in just a second. And so then the video tag is one of those. It's real easy as well. It's just the video source instead of audio, but the tag is basically the same. But also likewise, you just have to be careful because I did the MP4 again, but again, there's one that worked on it all. You could have the video load automatically. I didn't want to just because one thing you have to watch out for is just the size of the video. It could take longer for the page to load if the video is too big. So
Hmm.
one of the things that I discovered, so just be careful when you do yours. If you go and you try and upload a large file from your uh, NetBeans or into your GitHub, you
Hmm.
could seriously screw yourself up, which I did. It took me like 2 hours to fix it because what happens was I went to go do a push. So the first time I went to go do it, I tried to upload that same video of President Holland. I was
Okay.
just going to do a video instead, but it was like 50 megs. And so when I went to go try and push that, I got an error that says that I couldn't push it because it was too large, but it literally just gets stuck in this loop. So I had to go into my NetBeans source code and figure out how to delete the push. And it took me like an hour and a half to fix it. So whatever you do when you go to upload a video file, make it small.
All right.
Otherwise, you'll have a headache like me. So the code was just real basic for those two. And so you'll see them right here. There is the section for, I'm on the HTML5. So there's a section for the video. It's just this one right here. And the section for the audio is just real similar. And so all you do is you put in that it's an audio source. You link it in your media library to where that audio source is saved to. And then you just put an error in case your browser doesn't support that one. So pretty basic. Any questions
Mhm.
on that one?
No.
Cool. All right. And moving on to, I did my CSS transitions. I started to do these other two, but I haven't finished them yet. So CSS3 is just like it is with HTML5. It's just the third. So it takes all the things from CSS and CSS 2.1 and puts them all together and tries to make it more standardized. But CSS is just like we talked about before, but it just helps make your page look different. So the thing with transitions allows you to define the transition effect between the property. There's a transition delay, a duration, a transition property, a transition timing. And so animations, once they start, they just go. Transitions, you can kind of control how fast they go, how long they work for, what they do. So I mean, basically, the same thing we went through last time with the other stuff. Instead of calling Java, you just do this in CSS. And so you just set how long the transition will last and how long it'll define for run, that kind of stuff. So I really literally just did the super basic examples. So on this one, you just hover over the square and it turns to a circle. This one, you hover over and it shows the border. And on this one, it's like you go over the circles and they change colors.
Hmm.
So just real basic transitions. So I'll show you the code there. So I had to write the CSS out, and so that's all here. But as far as the code goes, for the HTML, I just wrote it. I wrote the CSS right here on the HTML.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just these 3 classes. And then I had to do 4 for the circles. And then you just basically code out in the CSS3 what it is that it does and when it does it. So you got the transition in there. It'll transform it, rotate it, do that kind of stuff. So that's it. Super exciting, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Let me switch over and I'll make you the host. And you can take over.
Let's see. Okay, I did the HTML5 tags
Oh,
and
nice.
the JavaScript events.
Cool.
So here's a list of some events. Last week I did on-click, mouse over,
Yeah.
and mouse out. But I didn't do on-change. On-change, I guess it changes as soon as it gets altered. So like, here's my example. Like you change something here. And if you click out, it gives you this message.
Yeah, the message pops up. Cool. I did something similar. So.
And key down, I guess as soon as you press any key, I guess that's what I did.
Yeah.
It will change the color for this.
Oh, cool.
Onload just loads up as soon as the page loads, I guess.
Right. Yeah, I did the same.
And touch start. I'm not sure if this works because I don't have a touch screen.
No, I had the same problem. Like I didn't have a touch screen on my computer.
So I'm hoping it does. Yeah, here's the JavaScript. It's pretty basic. It just gives alerts.
Cool.
All of them. Unique tag. Is there anything else? That's about it.
Okay.
And for HTML5, this was pretty simple.
Yeah, it really is.
Here's the element video source. Press this, plays the video.
Nice.
Audio is basically the same thing. Controls and the source. And it plays.
There it is. Yeah. Okay.
Canvas.
I didn't do a canvas. What was that do?
Canvas just basically draws something on this little container.
Okay, cool.
So I just made an X. This is the simplest thing I could do.
Yeah, right.
So there you go.
There it is.
Where is that? Yeah, here's the script for that.
Oh, that's the dude. That's to get the X on there. Okay.
Yeah, get the ID to draw it. Where the position, where you're gonna put it, the lines.
Cool.
Yeah, I gave it a white border.
Cool. That looks great, man.
Yeah. Button. Get the function. That's basically it.
Okay. So no problems this week? Everything went okay?
Yeah, this week was way better.
Okay, cool. Yeah. And how did you didn't have any trouble uploading the video? I guess it's only 3 minutes, so it was a small enough size. It was okay.
I haven't uploaded it, so
okay.
I may change it.
Yeah. So I went to this place. It was like MP4. Let's see if I can find it. I went to this website. Simple MP4 files. It's just I just did a search for simple MP4 files on Google, and so you can download them in the like 4 different sizes. So I just did the smallest size so it would upload easily, quickly.
Right.
So just be careful, because as soon as I went to go push that through my code, it literally it took me an hour and a half to fix it, because I had to go in and figure out how to delete that one without deleting my file completely, and so I had to back everything up first. It was a disaster. So don't try and push a large file to your GitHub. It's a bad idea. You
just search for simple MP4?
Yeah, simple MP4 files is what I did, and then you can just download them right there. So
all right.
I think the website is file-examples.com.
Okay.
But yeah, super
I'll do
easy,
that.
So. Cool.
All right, brother.
All right, man. Well, I guess we'll talk to you next week, and if you run into any trouble throughout the week, let me know.
You got it.
All right. Thanks, dude.
All right. Later.
See ya. Bye.